Thank you for setting that up. Welcome to all of our family members and mostly to our students for being here on our awards day. I have asked our teachers to be really brief because we have thousands of awards. So we're going to honor our students for all their skills and creativity and their strengths. And I'm very honored to say we're going to begin today with an induction into the National Honor Society. And Mr. Birch and Ms. Tillman will handle that. Come on up.
Alrighty then. That was fun. Okay, so National Honor Society. Most years, every year I've been here, we've had an inductee or two, maybe three, and this year is no different. So welcome to our induction ceremony. Our school's chapter of the National Honor Society is named after Mark Tucker. It's the Mark Tucker Memorial Chapter, and it began in December 2003. The chapter is named after Mark Tucker, who was a graduate of this school, but also the son of the school's founders, Carol and Jack Tucker. Since that time, in 2003, the school has inducted over 20 students to our chapter of the National Honor Society. And we're going to induct another one. Okay? And this student was selected as part of our 2024-2025 process. And so we will do that. But first, I will get Ms. Tillman to explain what this is all about, the National Honor Society.
So good morning, everyone. There are 4 characteristics or traits that we look for in a student to be inducted into the National Honor Society, and they're called the pillars of the National Honor Society, and those pillars are scholarship, service, leadership, and character. And so I'm just going to give you a brief description of what we mean by each of those words, so you have a sense of that. Scholarship. Scholarship means a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for education should only end with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. The second pillar is service. Service can be described in various ways. In the routine of the day's work, many opportunities arise to help others in ordinary ways. Willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or recognition is the quality that we seek in a member. We are committed to the idea of volunteering our time and abilities to the creation of a better tomorrow and community. Third pillar is leadership. Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school or other community. In taking the initiative in class and school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to attain the same objective. The price of leadership, though, is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interests for the interest of others at large. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. And the fourth pillar is character. Character is the force within each individual which distinguishes that person from others. It gives us, each of us, our individuality. It is that without which no one can respect oneself, nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is the product of constant action, daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control, and we must be in reality what we wish to appear to be to others. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we may hope to prove by example that we value character. And this candidate today, this inductee into the National Honor Society today, thought really exhibited all 4 of those pillars really greatly. Thank you.
Okay, so the way our process works here, just in case you're curious, is the staff, we retooled the process a couple of years ago, and the staff now nominates students that they think might be a fit for the National Honor Society. Then the student prepares a personal statement, and then they go through an interview process, and then we decide if they meet the criteria as outlined by Ms. Tillman. So, let's see here. I would like to call Mr. Hanson to the front. He is our inductee. And I would ask, are there any other National Honor Society alumni in the room? All right, please stand up and you can reaffirm your pledge. And Ms. Tillman, administer the oath.
Sure, absolutely. Hold on a second, sorry about that. Yes, here we go, here it is. Ready to go, okay. James, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I pledge to maintain high scholastic standing, to hold as fundamental and worthy and untarnished character, to endeavor intelligently and courageously to be a leader and to give of myself freely in service to others. In so doing, I shall prove myself worthy of a place in the National Honor Society. Congratulations.
In the big book here, James. The big book. Melody, you're in the big book? All right. James is now officially part of our chapter. And the participants that go along with that are your certificate and a pin and membership card. And you can use this probably tomorrow for your, All right.
When James started, he was shorter than me, and now he's much bigger. Not only is James a National Honor Society inductee, he's also learning to be a pilot. He's going to get his pilot license very soon. When is that scheduled, James?
I just have to do my check ride.
Okay, cool. That's exciting. You know, if we had a national, let's give it a... If we had a National Honor Society for office managers, do you think we have someone who would be in that group?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Mrs. Picone, this is all about students. Mrs. Picone has been a big part of your lives for the last 5 years, a big part of my life, both professionally, and we've become friends with our families. And she's retiring this year after 5 years, and we want to recognize Mrs. Picone. Thank you. It was a long ovation. Although we will miss Camille greatly, I think we have found a pretty good replacement. We've been working with her the last month, and we're excited to have Miss Julia Kelly join our staff. All right, enough about adults. Let's move on to English Award. Mrs. Griffin.
Good morning. Okay. All of the students in my creative writing class wrote for every day in their writer's notebook, and they embraced all of my prompts and lessons. They were game for anything. ekphrastic poetry, pastiche poetry, personal narratives, personification pieces, you name it. Their dedication to the multi-genre project, which was a culminating project of the year, blew me away. They were invested, they cared, they learned new ways of expressing themselves and created very meaningful projects. They were sensitive in their expression and enthusiastic with their freedom. There was a real air of excitement in our little writing salon. Each are very capable, and I'm very proud of them. Most importantly, they grew. So, the Scribes with the Vibes Award for Creative Writing goes to James Hansen, Ryan Stulak, Oliver Allen, and Mitchell Shin. Okay, come on up. Okay, Oliver. And Mitchell. Okay, I could always count on this student to start discussion in literature class. He was one of the anchors in our first period literature circle. He spoke eloquently about the themes of our novels and took time when writing to really flesh out his thoughts, and he chose each word carefully. He dives headfirst into stories and enjoys reading and talking about literature. He values the written word and really understands the present-day reality of themes in our curriculum this year. He drew scenes from Animal Farm and Night, and wrote and spoke with conviction about Fahrenheit 451 and the Junior Club. He values the written word and how important it is in our world. The next student is one who expresses her ideas about literature. She's never at a loss for words, especially when it comes to making connections in literature. She is the double win of always being both interesting and interested in everything. Whether she was diving deep with Anne Frank and the angst of being a teenager, leading us in experiments about the bending of light in Hatchet, teaching us about animals, carving a bow and arrow, or picking up nuances in writing and characters that most would miss. She showed her empathy and her depth. She is so very bright and articulate when speaking about literature. Both of these students are able to make quick connections to life, history, and other literature, and they both like to play in the deep end of the ocean, and I am there for it. The Sage of the Page Awards go to Daniel Kampf and Grace Wolf. Okay, real quick. The idiom, thinking outside the square, originated from the land down under, and it means to think differently, unconventionally, or from a new perspective. Over the time that I've worked with this student, they've taught me that my lens can be wider, ever wider when I'm reading the world. They are quiet, but always thinking deeply about something, whether it be how we treat others, the isms of the world, Christopher Nolan films, or the Marvel Universe. They initiated the comprehensive collaborative anime project in the fall. Later, they held me accountable when they knew I was reluctant and prompted the Studio Ghibli unit, which led to Irish animation and eventually Interstellar. Their ideas helped us shape our course. They showed restraint in theater until just the right moment when they used volume, turn a phrase to make it land, or hit us with a gem, like the on-point allusion to Monty Python. They try their best at everything they do. They are curious and they are kind. The mate who earned the Thinking Outside the Square Award is Isaac Baker Evans. Last ones. Literati, a plural form of the Latin literatus, which means lettered or educated, or of letters. In short, they like books. They like what story offers and what story has to teach us about our broad world. They work on assignments outside of class, showing me that they are truly invested. They connect the dots and show a wide understanding of the scaffolding I've done over the years. The two seniors draw on lessons from our classes from years ago and are able to step back from the picture and see it more fully. The underclassmen clapped upon completion of Fahrenheit 451, exclaiming, "This is the best book I've ever read." Additionally, they spend time thinking, talking, and writing about the themes outside of class, always working on their own time to finish up expressing themselves. They dwell in ideas, dreams, books, creativity, theology, philosophy, the heavens, games, trains, and planes. And most importantly, they ask why in lieu of what. This year's Literati Award is shared by Sam Mandel, Danny Green, and James Hansen. And that's it. Bring Mrs. Wright up for her English award.
Good morning, everyone. I will also try to be quick with my words this morning. When I think of Oliver and Emmy, the following comes to mind: interested, curious, dependable, grounded, analytical. These two individuals are the gravity in their respective classes. They put forth extraordinary effort in all that is assigned to them and have a way with literature that speaks their individuality. I enjoy their presence in my classroom so much and appreciate their commentary about the literature we have explored this year. I am pleased to present Oliver Allen and Emmy Romer with the Literary Gravity Award. One of the many novels my students have read this year is Pax by Sarah Pennypacker. This novel is beloved and cherished by all who read it. In preparations for reading the book, students learned that the word Pax means peace in Latin. Throughout the reading of the book, we understand that Pax is also the name of a main character, a beloved fox. And very understandably, that there is no peace in war. Two students in my 5th period took our Pax literature journey to heart and read with honor. My hope for Colin and Lilith is for them to continue to find ways to connect to literature, no matter the genre, and to honor their future reading journeys. I hope you will keep Pax tucked in your hearts forever. Colin Stone and Lilith Laurent, you're awarded the Pax Honor Award. Smiles and positivity to each school day. In our ELA literature class, I have watched their skills in analyzing literature as well as their writing skills progress each marking period. They have also become great friends. Who knew discussing books builds friendships? JT Haynes and Christian Garrett, you're awarded the Forging Ahead. Think of as genres grandmasters. We have seen them act as well as rap on stage. They've written songs and plays, and they have proven their ELA skills time and again. These two have become worldly, and their zest for reading and interacting with all genres in the literary canon knows no bounds. LaSavian Brown and Chris Segura, you are the genres grandmasters. Invite Mrs. Culler to the stage as we have a few shared awards to hand out for our Heroes Journey class.
We're gonna have to go off traffic, we'll be right
Sorry.
back. Hello, everybody. Mrs. Wright and I were thrilled to teach the Hero's Journey this year. And we have an award for a student who always showed a great grasp of the content, elaborated their ideas, and gave heartfelt, heroic writing throughout the course. They were quiet in class, but when they had the opportunity to write, they wowed us. So the Heroic Writer Award goes to Emily Panosian. In addition to a heroic writer, we have two heroic speakers who were always class leaders, willing to lead class discussions and give great examples, and planned units that they could teach to our class at the end of the year as well. We have a heroic speaker award for Tor Munson and Chris Segura.
Award to give first. So the gym class award is the MVP award. It's someone who's like super excited to be there, wants to be around everyone, like participates in everything. And like honestly, the only problem they had this year was like they wanted to get picked up or be picked up by other students. So but it goes to Umar. For my history classes, but it's a Student of History Award. So it's the person who like was most enthusiastic about history and was willing to talk about and discuss it. Not only just like memorize dates, but just like have full-on discussions, bring different ideas. I actually had like a tiny little story about them, but like I had a better example. It was like 45 minutes ago, we were sitting in our classroom, they came in and we're like, can we watch a video on medieval Ukraine right now? And I was like, all right, sure, you got me. But so it goes to Sophia. So, the last one I have is more of a for fun one. There's like a lot of good one-liners at the school throughout the year said by students. Like there's so many funny ones or out-of-pocket ones or anything like that. So this one it's going to go to Mitchell and Mikey. And it was sort of like in February where no one really knows what's going on and it's like kind of everyone's tired and exhausted. But Mikey's going around in the morning and he's saying like, he turns to Mitchell and he's like, Mitchell, are you a chill guy? And this is like 8 a.m. too. So he's like, Mitchell, are you a chill guy? And Mitchell like turns to him and like squints his eyes and locks in and he just starts yelling grenade. So it was just like a funny February moment. Yeah, so Mitchell, Shin, and Mikey. And then that's it for me. So we're gonna go back to Miss Keller for history again.
All right, I have a Rookie of the Year award for a student who is new in my class and who started off kind of taking history maybe in a lighthearted fashion, more lighthearted than they should, and quickly learned that they needed to really study, work hard, provide good answers, and create great work and earn high grades in history, starting off a much lower grade at the beginning of the year and ending with an A for the last 3 quarters. So the Rookie of the Year for history is Jeffrey Tolles. Above and Beyond Award for historians who completed demanding and rigorous work with the pace of AP, which would mean pages of reading every night, on the weekends, over break, essays, keeping up on everything else that was required, and still finding time to email me long historical rants at 2 in the morning. The Above and Beyond Awards go to Lucas Florent and James Hansen. And then if we could go to Miss Schwind for art.
Good morning. My first award is one I give out every year. It's actually an award I saw the previous art teacher gave out. And so it's one I wanted to keep in rotation. This award goes to a student who is not only in portfolio, but is a diligent creator. He is going to be graduating tomorrow. And since we can already see his work off to the side here with all of its landscapes, it only makes sense to give Henry Deputy the Bob Ross Award. Every year, the school comes together for one collective goal, and that is oh my God, my brain just went arts. Shakespeare Festival, thank you, friends. We all come together in these times of need. And so the art department is one that is busy like a beehive, and it only makes sense to give out some brilliance in set design. And so this year's brilliance in set design goes out to many few artists, including Nora Forte, Kay Daniels, Mikey Nardozzi, Lilith Florence, Dylan Taylor, Tor Munson, and that's it. Thank you. This year is the second year I have taught portfolio, and it has been just wonderful to watch the students within that class just mature, create amazing work, and take on new and exciting problems or assignments, new things to do. And so this year's Excellence in Portfolio goes to a student who is not only new to portfolio, but is also made a mark that you might see move about the school through the t-shirt design for our Shakespeare Festival. Our award of Excellence in Portfolio goes to Daniel Camp. The school comes together for a few things in all honesty, and one of those things is the art show. So one of the students I wanted to shout out this year for Best in Show for the group show in their class is a student who is always inspired by their writing, who even as they picked out their work for their group show, for their classes show, would say, this doesn't fit because it doesn't fit with my stories. And that to me shows a level of creativity that really is just flowing out in every direction. So best in show for group show category, Lilith Florent. The portfolio class is responsible for not just putting together a beautiful portfolio collection at the end of the year, they are also to put together the solos that are on either side of me. So best in show for the solo category, I wanted to give it to a student who is new to the portfolio department, but is just all in when it comes to art and passionate about the art he makes. Best in show solo goes to Mikey Nardozzi. The last two are not last two, but these next two are a new award for a new medium that we got to explore this year. It has been my absolute pleasure this year to teach clay. We had ceramics in the art show this year, and we started with something simple. A pinch pot is very straightforward, but these two students took that assignment and really went wild with it and created something that was beyond my expectations. So this award for most creative with clay goes to Oliver Allen and Grace Wolf. These next awards are not from me, but from my little friend next to me. She is new to school this year, but there are 3 students that truly helped make her feel loved and supported. This is actually inspired by awards that Jasper would give out, and so it only felt appropriate now that Maya is here and really enjoying all the love and affection you guys give her as a rescue dog. She is so thrilled to come to school every day, and it is very much thanks to these 3 people. Maya's award for Best Pets goes to Sophia Bubness, Tor Munson, and Oliver Allen. I do have one last award from the art department, but I will be saving that for last, along with a little more of a surprise. In the meantime, I would like to call the math department up, specifically Miss Sicoli.
Students learn better with sustained motivation. Some classes experience special motivation that is provided by a student who is admired and respected by the others, which makes learning easier and more fun. The talent of being able to motivate others is characteristic of a leader who contributes not only to their own success, but also to the success of others. The student who most exemplifies the quality of a leader motivator is Sam Mandel. Being enthusiastic day after day with high energy is an incredible attribute. Rarely is a student able to sustain their enthusiasm for the entire day. I myself feel more energized in the presence of this type of person, and my teaching day is more enjoyable. The person receiving this award also demonstrates enthusiasm for our school and his fellow students. The award for the most enthusiastic student goes to JT. Sometimes what is taught during the course really resonates with some students, so much so that they frequently demonstrate quick understanding and an ease in applying their new knowledge even during challenging exercises and quizzes. These students confidently volunteer correct answers and support others. This year, accounting really resonated with 2 students who have demonstrated strong potentials to successfully pursue careers in this field. Congratulations, Nora Forte and Sophia Bubness, for your excellence in accounting. Everyone appreciate volunteers who answer questions or demonstrate processes, knowing that they will be the focus of everyone's attention. A person who volunteers or accepts being volunteered believes in themselves and also has confidence in others that they will assist if help is needed. Volunteering for challenging topics is especially appreciated. Our 3rd period accounting class particularly appreciated and enjoyed Chris Segaris cheerfully and wonderfully being the most frequent volunteer. Schools cannot teach everything that students need to know for life because it is impossible. Therefore, a variety of subjects are taught that provide diverse opportunities to learn and think in different ways and see things from different perspectives. How well students understand or enjoy a subject depends to a large degree on their attitudes toward learning, how determined they are to learn, and how dedicated and persistent they are in practicing their skills. Significant growth and improvement results when students focus and give learning their best efforts. Improvement in math is largely student-driven. The students who most exhibited a large degree of growth in math understanding this year are Umar Abdul Latif, William Medico, and Jeffrey Tulse. Establishing and maintaining a positive attitude toward learning in a new school environment is not easy. It presents the student with new teaching styles, personal interactions, and academic expectations. One of the new students who has demonstrated the ability to quickly and adapt with increased positivity in math class is Aaliyah Lear. While many students can understand and apply math procedures, few people have an innate insight into solving certain types of problems instantaneously because they think outside the box and just see the answer. Recognition for remarkable insights into math problem solving goes to Graves Wolf. Congratulations. Being able to solve many math problems in a single period requires good understanding of the new topics, excellent math reasoning and problem-solving skills, the ability to remember many math facts and processes that were previously taught, and the ability to think quickly. The student who is recognized for solving the most math problems in the lower school in Mrs. Sicoli's classes and the second highest amount of problems overall is Alex O'Neill. Not here. Okay, there you go. The student who is recognized for solving the most math problems overall in Mrs. Sicoli's math class is J.T. Haynes, who solved 4,815 problems. The next award is being given to a student who is extremely dedicated to learning math and excelling in it. Their energy seems boundless as they continuously apply the maximum effort each day for the entire period. This student works with great focus and thoughtfulness, and yet this enjoys being able to start a new section immediately after one is completed, never asking for a break. It is my pleasure to give the award for the most hours dedicated to learning and practicing math to Emily Panosian. The ability to work independently to practice math skills, rarely asking for assistance, is one of the earmarks of students who learn quickly and understand easily. The foundation for these skills is centered largely on the amount of their focus, diligence, and hard work over many years. I would like to recognize 3 students, not only for their wonderful work this year, but also for their hard work throughout their studies in mathematics. Congratulations, Kay Daniels, Emily Broner, Ryan, actually 4. Math teacher can't count. Oh, how embarrassing. 4. I know how to spell it too. All right, no. All right. Okay, Kay Daniels, Emily, I can't even, I'm so excited, I'm sorry. All right, keeps getting worse. Kay Daniels, Emmy Broner, Ryan Stulak, and Alex O'Neill. Get close together. All right. Okay, one of the most important attributes that a person can have is persistence. Persistence helped the Egyptians to build the pyramids, and persistence helped the pioneers to move across our country and settle the West. Persistence is also important on a more personal level and can be seen in students who continue to give good focus and effort to strengthen and reinforce their math knowledge and abilities. When a student can continue to be positive and cheerful, even when the practice becomes somewhat repetitive, is especially commendable. The student who most demonstrated the attribute of persistence this year is Christian Garrett. Synergy results when the cooperation of 2 or more people produces a combined result that is greater than the sum of the parts. This occurs when students focus on a single objective and combine their creativity, ideas, and talents, such as in the preparation and presentation of our wonderful plays and art shows. In classrooms, students learn more and understand more when they hear diverse ideas and perspectives. Since our math studies are largely individualized, the opportunities for synergy can be limited. However, when a math class has students studying the same material who are focused and dedicated to learning, students who are comfortable sharing their ideas and supporting each other, synergy occurs rather frequently. The students who most regularly demonstrate the power of cooperative learning and synergy are Oliver Allen, and Daniel Kump. Oh, we're too sweet.
Take me all the way for the next awards.
Yeah, they did this, the smoke alarm.
Yeah, okay. All right, okay, first award, we had a new student come this year, and it's not uncommon for kids to have to shore up some basic skills before they get on to other things, but this particular individual kind of jumped into the skill enhancement domain, didn't balk about doing it, quickly improved, and then jumped into algebra, and moved quickly through those concepts, and I predict that for the remaining years they have here, they will probably become quite proficient at mathematics. So the first one is the Quick Study Award for Danny Green. Shake, grab, excellent. All right, and repeat. Okay, Mrs. Foley talked about this, but part of math is understanding the concept. Part of it is can you organize your work. The further you get into high-level math organization and documenting things and being orderly about how you solve your problems becomes more and more and more important. So, but that's a skill that's often hard to learn, how to be disciplined and organized. So the Most Improved Technique Award goes to two students who I've worked with for a while, and I think they made pretty substantial progress in that. And those two individuals are Isaac and Mitchell. Mitchell, right? All right, let's see here. The next student is an interesting guy. They came to class, and I've taught them for a couple years. Pretty solid math chops for a lot of things. But they do have, they're very curious about math and other things, and so sometimes in math class conversations would drift to things that were math related, quantitatively related, but kind of explore the bigger world. And I kind of appreciated this individual's desire to kind of think about math, but kind of extrapolate it to bigger things. And that is the Math is Serious Business Award, pun intended, to Mr. Hansen. Okay, this next award, I've never given one of these out before because I've never had a student at the school that's jumped into the deep end of the, well, actually the shallow end right now, the calculus pool. Mr. Hopkins, our former math teacher, said that he had taught a few kids calculus, but that's not so common here. If you know anything about calculus, it's the probably the highest level of math that you would do in high school. It's difficult. It brings together algebra, geometry, trigonometry. All have to come together to make the stew, and then calculus is the spice you put into the stew to make it all work. So this award, and this one is a intended pun, is the Differentiated from the Crowd Calculus Award, because differentiated is an important term in calculus.
Oh, yeah.
Get it? Yeah, it's a joke. But the award's not a joke. It is to Lucas Florent. Okay, let's see here. So it's pretty common, at least in my experience, whether here or other schools, that a lot of kids have a kind of challenged relationship with mathematics. They either don't like it, or they don't want to do it, or they don't think they're good at it, or whatever. So it's often common to have a kind of a negative attitude around mathematics. But you do meet students who transition and then develop a love of math, which always makes me feel good. Anyway, this student really kind of seemed to discover the joy of mathematics, which is always interesting. So the Joy of Math Award for this year goes to LaSabian Brown. Okay, and let's see here. Now, Zakoly talked about this, but the big part of math is to understand the concepts, it's the documentation and organization around how you prepare solutions. It's also just plain old resilience. I mean, at the end of the day, math's all about doing a lot of math. And if you can't persevere to get through that, then your math career probably will not be super long. Anyway, there are a couple students here who improved dramatically in mathematics this year in terms of their resilience. The first one goes to Mikey Nardozzi. Okay, and this next one is interesting to me. I've never taught this student before, and when they first came to math class, there was a lot of, frankly, complaining about how difficult math was, and didn't like math, and doing math, and et cetera, which is all good, and because I'm very empathetic and very kindly in my ways, you know, I was really eager to hear all of that. Yeah. But anyway, but I will say with a straight face, this individual, and I'll tell you, I'm serious as a heart attack with this. This individual, for about the last 5 weeks, has come every day, quietly got about their work, got it done, and the measure was, can you produce 35 minutes of documented math a day, according to Khan Academy's clock, not me. This person's averaged 35 to 36 minutes a day. They delivered what they had to, and they got it done without a lot of complaints, which, given where they started with, my experience there, is a big deal. So that is the most improved Student Award to Faith McAfee. So we're almost done here. I would like to see Lilith, Colin, Tor, and Mitchell come to the front. Do it sometime, baby. Perfect. All right. So, kind of the ultimate award that I usually give out is around math practice. I said before, math is a game of practice. The more you do, the better you get, typically. Those who can do a lot of it with resilience tend to get better at it. It's just kind of how it works. So, this is one that's very close to me. So the second runner-up for the most number of minutes done this year in math, at 5,154 minutes of clocked time, 85.9 hours, is Miss Florent. Rise for equals. Yum yum, right? Math practice has its rewards. First runner-up at 5,708 minutes, or 95.1 hours, is Colin. Okay, so the top award, the Iron Math Student Award, this year, for the first time in my experience here, is will be shared by two people. They don't have exactly the same number, because we're talking about big numbers, but they are different by 0.7%. Wow. Do the math on that. That's tight. At 8,096 minutes, or 134.9 hours, is Tor Munson. And stay there. Have to share this? You don't have to share that. At 8,152 minutes, or 135.9 hours, is Mitchell Sheehan. And next, for the Science Award, is Ms. Paul.
I have two students who I would like to give the Leader in Science Award. Leaders in Science are for students who endlessly are ready to lead, participate, and show their knowledge on the subject. This year, the award is shared with Umar and Aliyah.
I would also like to give out the Audubon Award, named after the great scientific illustrator who gave us the Audubon Society and all the beautiful Audubon guides. This is for a student who excels in scientific drawing and illustration, producing detailed, accurate, and colorful work, and dedicating a lot of time to it. The Audubon Award goes to Jeffrey Tolles. And the last award I have to give out is, comes with a little lesson. Sometimes as we get older, we like to pretend that we are cooler than we are and that we know more than we actually do. But in science, you're supposed to be curious and find out things that you don't know. And this award is for 2 students who were always willing to admit what they did not know, to ask questions, lead discussions. Sometimes our classes were 90% discussion and questions and only 10% of actually covering the material, and it was always worthwhile. So I would like to give the Anatomist Award to Christian Segura and Lasabian Brown. And I would like to call up Ms. Tillman.
Okay, let's see now. So, the first set of awards I'd like to give are for excellence in environmental science. I had 3 classes in environmental science all in a row in the morning, and I enjoyed teaching every one of them. I had particular students that really stood out in their grasp of the concepts and in their work ethic on the material and in just really getting into it and learning all that there was to know about different biomes, etc. So the Excellence in Environmental Science Award goes to several students. Emmy Roner, Emily Panosian, Daniel Kampf, Oliver Allen, and Oliver Allen. Come on up, guys. Congratulations. Oliver's in here. This one. Here we go. Congrats. Daniel, there you go. Congrats. And Emmy, there you go. Congrats. This next award goes to 3 students who also excelled in environmental science and also in particular, every day would share their knowledge about nature with the rest of the class. So really enhanced the second period environmental science class in that way. And oftentimes I would learn new things about the animals that they shared with us, so that was really fun. And so these 3 students really helped to bring that class to another level. So the Naturalist Award goes to Sophia Bubness, Nor Forte, and Sam Mandel. All right, so the next award goes to 2 students in my astronomy class who also really brought that class up by making constructive suggestions on various topics in astronomy. And so the first Making Constructive Suggestions in Astronomy award goes to Lucas Florent. And the next award, the same thing, except I wanted to say something a little bit different about this student. Tor Munson, for years, I've had him for years in science class, and some years ago he would sort of off the cuff make sort of suggestions, but they would be sort of silly and a little bit on the absurd side, and I would kind of play along and we'd have fun with that, but I was, he would raise his hand and say things that were, he'd have sort of a mischievous smile on his face. But over the years he's gotten more and more into making constructive suggestions that were something that we could actually maybe do in reality and was actually more practical and not as silly. So this year he would make a few silly suggestions, but got more and more on the mature side. I was like, oh my gosh, he's is growing up and he's going to be graduating, and so this Making Constructive Suggestions in Astronomy Award goes to Tor Munson. Okay. So, hey, the next award for Most Improved in Science goes to two students who, one student I've had for a few years now, and the other one for only 2 years. And so, but in both of them, over the time that I've had them, and also within this year, I've seen them really improve in science and take constructive suggestions and look for ways to do better and improve in their learning and test taking and studying and all of that. And really gotten to where they work independently quite well. And so I'd like to give the Most Improved in Science Award to Faith McAfee and Mikey Nardozzi. Handshake. Okay, this award goes to a science student who, and this award is not really particularly about science specifically, but in terms of being a student in science class, this student has shown a lot of maturity, quiet kindness, and taking responsibility for his own actions and studying, and just in life, that's something that would really serve this person well, serve all of us if we can develop that. And showing this as someone who hasn't even left high school yet is really, I think, noteworthy. So the Excellence in Maturity Award goes to Isaac Baker Evans. Thank you. Oh yes, we have 2 other awards relevant to astronomy. The Asking Great Questions in Astronomy Award, sometimes questions that would stump me and then I'd have to go look up something or ask Mrs. Ecoli to ask her husband who works for NASA this question because I didn't know the answer. So the Asking Great Questions in Astronomy Award and really pushing the envelope in astronomy class goes to Grace Wolf and Kay Daniels. Thank you. All right. Okay, so now I just also want to take a moment to recognize the 4 students in my chemistry class. They know that chemistry is not my strong suit. It's the science class that I always had the most trouble with as a student myself in high school and college. I really had to work extra hard to do well in chemistry. So then when some students asked if we could have a chemistry class this year, I said, okay, I'll do it. But so, you know, they were, I entered the year sort of anxious about teaching the class, not really wanting to do it. But these students really made it fun for me. And every day I would actually look forward to going to class, not because of the subject matter, but because of the students. And so I just want to thank Ryan Stulak, Mitchell Shin, James Hansen, and Henry Deputy for making each day in chemistry actually a pleasure to teach and work with you guys. Sorry guys. Okay, but I do have an award for excellence in chemistry for a particular student who showed a lot of diligence. I mean, I don't think I've ever had a student here at this school in my 24 years of teaching here who was more diligent, a more diligent, hardworking student than this student, and also really had an enthusiasm and joy in learning chemistry, and just really loved it. And so that enthusiasm kind of rubbed off on other people, including me, and also sometimes would finish the homework assignment before it was due, and then would ask me for more problems of the same kind. Not because he had trouble. I mean, he got the answers on the original problems correct, but he just was enjoying doing it, and he just wanted more. And so I thought, okay, so I'd find other chemistry textbooks, and I'd hunt down more problems of the same type to keep it fresh, and then give it, and then he would work on that, and then come back, and sometimes ask for more, and so, yeah, I really wanted to, and then he just grasped the concepts, and it was so much fun. So I really wanted to acknowledge excellence in chemistry to Henry Deputy. All right, so next we have Mrs. Daniels to present awards for German.
Hey there. So in the interest of time, Mr. Bennett has requested that the students who received these and all the awards, I think from now on, right, to just stand up and we'll cheer you on and then sit back down and then we'll move on. Okay. All right. So learning a new language is no easy task, and these students have each approached that task differently, bringing their own special qualities to play to accomplish it. I'd like to honor those qualities now. Knowledge and speedy recall of vocabulary and grammar is key to being able to understand and communicate in a new language. Despite having very little confidence in themselves at the beginning of the year, the students surprised themselves and blew me away with their consistently quick and accurate recall of both German vocabulary and German grammar. I am so proud of them. The award for excellence in vocabulary recall goes to Sophia Bubness. One of the best ways to cement knowledge in our brains is to connect it with something that we already know. This student has done an outstanding job of connecting both linguistic and cultural information learned in class with previous knowledge of other cultures and languages, sharing that knowledge with us and using it to strengthen their German abilities. I'm so proud of them. The award for outstanding linguistic connections goes to Lucas Florent. Whenever we learn something new, it is key to find a way to make that knowledge our own. From the very beginning, this student has found ways to interweave their personality into each of the projects and activities we undertook, often using humor as a tool to take ownership of the language and really make it stick. I am so proud of them. The award for outstanding sentence creativity goes to James Hansen. In both language learning and life in general, it is far easier to do the bare minimum to get by than it is to challenge and push yourself to grow. But this student has consistently demonstrated that greatness can only be achieved through setting high goals and pushing yourself to achieve them. They've refused to be limited by simplistic structures and basic vocabulary and have challenged themselves throughout the year, creating fantastically descriptive passages, and I'm so proud of them. The award for excellence in descriptive writing goes to Kate Daniels. Now I'd like to introduce Mrs. Fredericks, our STEAM technology team.
Good morning. I teach technology. This year I'm teaching Pixar, 3D printing, game design, photography, and video editing. So the first set of awards are for Pixar. So the Pixar class is a new one this year, and it is, of course, on Khan Academy, and it is a collaboration between Pixar and Khan Academy and Disney. So my first award is for the Master Storyteller Award, and this is for crafting stories with strong characters, emotion, and Pixar-worthy plot arcs. He always had great ideas and expanded on other people's ideas. And this goes to Ryan Strubach. I also forgot to say, in the interest of saving time, because we were supposed to be done at 11:30, just stand when I say your name. So the Pixar Plot Twist Award. For always surprising us with unexpected turns in the stories, and some that ended up on a class board as new rules for ideas that we probably shouldn't use, such as apocalypse stories, and this goes to Tor Munson. The 3D printing has two sections this year, 3D printing 1 and 3D printing 2, because we had 2 students that had already taken 3D printing and wanted to learn more. So the 3D Visionary Award for creating some of the most unique and imaginative designs in 3D printing. He truly created a digital sculpture, turning ideas into models that amazed us all. He consistently gave his best and was a class leader. This goes to Sam Mandel. Truck Titan Award for building the most creative, awesome truck in 3D printing. He didn't just design the truck, he engineered a masterpiece. So this goes to Dylan Taylor. Bona fide 3D printer award, and it's for spooky Halloween spirit. He printed a skeleton that gave us chills, and he totally brought the Halloween spirit to 3D printing, and that goes to Umar. The next set are for game design. In game design, we use a game engine called Construct 3, but we also created a breakout, which is like a digital escape room. So the first award is the Extra Life Award for bouncing back from mistakes, staying positive, and always trying again until your game was just right, and that goes to Umar. Easter Egg Award for having ideas, little jokes, and secrets that he could put into his games, and that would be Gavin. This student showed great skill and ideas in building games that are more fun and meaningful, and ideas that stretch my abilities so I would learn more, and this goes to Dylan Taylor. The next one is the Breakout EDU Mastermind Award, and for creating puzzles that stretched our brains and made us think in new ways. Your clever designs kept us solving and wanting more. This is for Sam and Dylan. The last one for game design, the Ultimate Creator Award for outstanding creativity, craftsmanship, and character across both 3D printing and game design. This student brought his A game to both classes, whether building in 3D or designing in Construct. Their work was top tier, thoughtful, detailed, and creative. But even more impressive was his attitude. Always positive, always kind, and always willing to help a classmate. And this goes to Sam. Photography, this year is the first year that I was able to teach photography the whole year, not just one semester. So we were able to learn more, be more creative, and do fun experiments in photography. My first award is the Exposure Guru Award. This student really understood the exposure triangle and used shutter speed, aperture, and ISO like a pro. His photos were always sharp, well lit, and technically strong, and this goes to Lucas. Composition Award for using angles, framing, and perspective in ways that caught our attention and made every image stand out. This student truly understands how to guide a viewer's eye through a photo. This goes to Daniel. Hammer Award for calm focus and strong word work without needing the spotlight. This student may not say much out loud, but his work speaks volumes. He listened, worked hard, and turned in thoughtful, steady work every time. And this goes to Christian. Bold Choices Award. And This student took creative risks, had wild ideas, and never played it safe. He wasn't afraid to experiment. Whether editing with wild colors, trying new angles, or turning mistakes into magic, his bold choices made his work stand out every time. And this is for Jamie. Award for asking questions, seeking feedback, and never giving up. This student always showed us what learning looks like. He asked questions and always did his best. JT. All right, my last set of awards is for video editing, and this, for video editing, we also did it for a full year, so we were able to do a lot more. The first award is the Editing Expert Award for mastering video's tools to craft smooth, engaging videos that tell a clear story. Just to coming back strong, staying focused when it mattered most. This student didn't let being out slow them down. They gave back, checked in, and kept moving forward with focus and determination. This is for Gavin. Perseverance Award for sticking with challenges even when they weren't easy. You didn't give up, and that's something to be proud of. This student showed what perseverance really looks like. He faced obstacles but kept showing up and pushing forward. This is for Colin. Rest Award for editing videos with style and personal touch that made every project special, for Mikey. I don't know if I did Emmy's award. Creative Director Award for making smart, creative choices that brought videos to life and made each project truly unique, and that's for Emmy. And Mrs. Griffith for Theater Awards.
All right, so we're gonna be super quick. We just want to acknowledge our stage crew folks over the last couple of years, specifically some who have put in a lot of effort and have helped us put on our plays and made them as successful as they can be because of their hard work, determination, and quick actions on the stage. So we have 2 Stage Illuminator Awards. That's for Tor Munson. Please stand. And his amazing sidekick, North Vortex. Our next award for Stage Crew is Stage Crew Connoisseur Award. And this award is going to Henry Deputy. Stand back up, Hen, for a second. Woo! Henry, we are going to miss you, and we're going to be super lost in our quick stage scene changes. Miss Tillman is going to be flapping around on the stage without you.
Yes.
All right, Mrs. Griffith is going to announce our next award that may make you a little teary-eyed.
Oh, boy.
Students have been with us for quite some time, have acted in multiple presentations on the stage, whether it be our Shakespeare production or our spring production or plays scattered throughout like The Monkey's Paw or Find the Duck. We hope that these students really find a stage when they leave here. They were born to act. They need to be on the stage, and the world's a better place when they are on the stage. When you stand up, we'll take a collective bow right where you are for your final bow. The Senior Actor Awards go to Chris Segura, Mitchell Shin, Isaac Baker Evans, Sam Mandel,
and Sabian Brown.
Okay, next on the stage to present awards is Miss Cup, correct? Are we skipping?
Classic cinemas?
I thought I heard a whisper that we were skipping over those.
Okay, I'll just go.
Is that true? I don't know. Are you coming up or not?
I'll come up and do it
Okay.
really quickly,
All right.
really quickly.
Thought I heard we were skipping, not sure.
Okay, real fast. Okay, so, I'm trying to be very efficient, which is against my nature. Okay, so, the first award for the classic cinema class that Mr. Birch and I taught together, which was a real pleasure, and thank you, Mr. Birch, for giving of your time voluntarily to help teach that, so thank you, Mr. Birch. So much insight, and really makes the class so much fun. So the projectionist award goes to a gentleman who every day, well, initially we kind of asked him to lower the shades for us. He, was in there early in class and would just get the shades lowered, and then after a few times of us asking him to do it, then he just up and started doing it on his own without even being asked. And so the projectionist award goes to Umar Abdul Latif. And the Critical Insights into Cinema Award, because of this student's penchant for asking really good questions and also making really insightful comments about the movies, the characters, the dialogue that we were watching, that Critical Insights into Cinema Award goes to Grace Wolf. And the last award goes to a student who isn't here today. Alex O'Neill showed a real appreciation for movies, in particular musicals. He would ask for us to rewatch musical dance numbers that were really cool. And so we'd be like, yeah, sure, let's watch that again, Fred Astaire, and so on and so forth. So the Never Gonna Dance Appreciation of Musical Cinema Award goes to Alex O'Neill. So next we have Miss Cuff. Don't trip over this cord. All right, I think we're cool. We're cool.
You do your own
Are we still plugged in? Can you
Yes.
hear me? Okay. All right, good morning. So my first award I'm going to give today is titled the Senior Transition Initiative Award, which is going to a senior who consistently met with me this year for senior office hours, where we talked about their interests and explored opportunities for the future. This student was always kind and appreciative of the work we have done. So congratulations to Chris Segura. All right, my second award is called the Transition Perseverance Award. This award recognizes a student for their strength in preparing for life after high school. The idea of moving on can be overwhelming and scary, but this year this student showed up in her own way despite that fear. Whether working independently or meeting with me one-on-one, she took steps forward even when they felt hard. So I'm proud of the progress and growth she's made this year, so congratulations to Faith. All right, so my next awards are going to recognize some of the students in my 7th period transition class. This group has done an incredible amount of work this year. They created budgets, researched post-secondary programs in colleges, looked up opportunities for scholarships, and we even got to be in the kitchen for a little bit. So congratulations to Noor, Dylan, and Lucas for receiving the Transition Class Thrivers Award. All right, and then my final award is going to 2 students from my Functional Strategies classes, where we focus on executive functioning skills and self-management. These students demonstrated meaningful growth throughout the year. They applied strategies, encouraged their peers, and have
become true anchors in our classroom community. It's been really wonderful watching their confidence and leadership develop during their first year as TCS students. So congratulations to Emmy Roner and Lilith Florent. Thank you. Next up we have Mr. Fredericks.
As most of you know, Mr. Bennett has allowed me the honor to lead a group of students to raise the flag in the morning and lower it fold it in the afternoon. And it's, to the best of my knowledge, no other school in the area does that. So that's another thing that makes your students and this school unique. We've had parents, we've had bus drivers in the afternoon get out of the car while the flag's being lowered. We've had state police stop, give a thumbs up, people honk. So the students recognize this, and I want to recognize the basic core group that I have here. I've used a lot of the students to fill in when people are not available. Academics comes first, and at the end of the day, I thank the teachers for allowing these students to leave the last 5 to 10 minutes to go do this. But 3 students stood out this year when I was unavailable, and these guys have stepped up. They don't need to be told what to do, they just get out and do it. And for that, I'd like to give the Flag Display Award to Mitchell Shin, Mikey Nardozzi, and Chris Segarra.
Good morning. Many of our students have shown terrific growth this year. But today we want to honor a senior who's been with us for 5 years. In his time at TCS, he was inducted into the National Honor Society. He became a leader in the theater class, both on stage and off, going from small parts to lead roles, and memorizing his many lines. How, I don't know. He has also been an active member of Boy Scouts and volunteers outside of school as well. He consistently shows kindness to others, and this has not gone unnoticed. Staff have observed him starting conversations with students and adults in a way he hadn't done before. He is also more willing to take on new challenges. This student used to be heard saying, "I can't," fairly often. Well, now it is clear, you can, you did, and you will. It is my great honor to give this year's very special Personal Growth Award to Mr. Sam Mendel.
You thought I was joking when I said thousands of them. I happen to think, Sam, that out of all the awards schools can give, personal growth is one of the most important. You can get straight A's and not be a nice person, and you have grown and matured, so congratulations on that award. And I have to tell you, we have to talk less, but I have to tell you a funny story about the flag people. They have a routine where Mikey and Mitchell would go out the door and Chris would grab the flag every morning. Chris was sick one day, he's not out very often. And so Mikey walked by, Mitchell walked by, opened the door, they went to the flagpole, and they didn't have the flag. Because Chris wasn't there. So anyway, I thought that was kind of fun. We have a student who has took it upon himself last year during tours to greet visitors who were coming in and would explain to them why he likes the school and how they should come to the school. Some of the parents felt that we were paying him. And so I have a School Ambassador Award for Mr. Umar Abdul. I'm going to get kind of personal for this next award because I think it's important. It's an Improved Attendance Award. This student we're going to recognize today did not attend our school last year, and I believe is absent absentee rate was about 65% at the other school. They had a hard time getting to school. This year, Gavin King has been absent less than 30%. Now, there's still room to grow. We'll do that next year, but that is an amazing improvement, Gavin. This year, we had 2 students reach the honor of Eagle Scout. And so I want to recognize the young man who did it, I think, earlier in the year, was Mr. Henry Deputy. Henry, I believe less than 6% of scouts reach that level, so that's quite an accomplishment. And just recently, not too long ago, Mr. Mitchell Shin reached that same. And we have 3 students who are finishing in the 8th grade. Middle school means they are moving on next year to the high school level and begin earning credits. I want to recognize Emmy Roner. Congratulations, Emmy. Emily Panosian. And last but certainly not least, Mr. William Medico. I have to say, all 3 of the individuals seem much more mature than 8th graders. I'm really impressed by them. Congratulations. I believe we're going back to Ms. Schwinn. I didn't bring my agenda up, but Ms. Schwinn has a special award to give.
Hi again. I did want to shout out, of course, each year, the whole school, staff, faculty, and students vote for our yearbook cover of the year. And so, saving best for last, I want to award the yearbook cover award to Nor Forte. And with that, we are going to close out by passing out the yearbooks to the students. Have the yearbooks.
Oh, they're in my.
They're your eyes.
They're in my office. I did want to say to Ms. Schwinn, I was quite disappointed that I did not get a Maya award. Well, while we're waiting for the yearbooks, family members, thank you for coming. Let's give her yearbooks look really nice. Feel really nice. Anyone have any jokes?
Mr. Bennett, should we tell people to bring their yearbooks back tomorrow so they have more time to get them signed?
Good idea. We are dismissing in less than 20 minutes, so bring your yearbooks.
Just to let people know that it's being live streamed.
Okay.
and watch it.
So bring your yearbooks back tomorrow, and you can have time to get them signed, and then if you're an underclassman, you can bring them back on Friday as well. All right. Yes.
Actually, I did want to tell a joke.
How long is it?
I got one for JT. Did you hear the one about the comedian who fell through the floor?
No, who was it?
Well, he's okay. He was just going through a stage.